Hey, when I can't really see it in, because that's the problem when you only see it on the iPhone, right? Because you can't troubleshoot it. Here's how I troubleshoot these mobile things. Make a copy of your page. So if it's the index page, for example, that's causing the problems, make a copy, Control C, Control V, right? Then open that copy up, and you're going to have to post this copy up to the server, right? And this is the fun part about trying to debug these annoying mobile phone layout things. Now what you need to do is yank out one piece of the page at a time until the page, and what you do is you yank a piece out, publish it up, refresh it on your phone. Um, and that will actually, once you yank out the offending piece of something, then you'll know what it is, and then you can figure out, right, or let me know, or figure it out and find a way around it. But for example, here's what I do. I actually go into the code view, okay, and I start at the very bottom of the page, okay, and I'll take out one thing at a time. And like in this case, I'll take out see the SoundCloud player here. I'll just start with that. I mean, this is just an example, but here's a piece of yellow library code. I take it out, right? Or sometimes I'll actually, well, let's be honest here, I'll cheat. I'll go to the region 17 in this example. I'll take everything out of the uh, editable region. I'll save it. I'll upload the page, review it on the phone. Nothing changes. Okay, then I move up a little bit and I go to the next section. I'll go up to the entire, see the footer here? I'm just going to click on the whole div container for this, right? So you sort of see where there's a region. You select the container for that region. I got to get it back into the, I got to just switch back and forth here because the video plays havoc with my thing here. So I just click on the div here. I go down to the quick tag selector. I delete that. Okay, so now the entire region is gone from the page. I publish the page back up. I refresh. And this is how I actually troubleshoot things, right? So when somebody says, boom, here's a problem, right? But you know, I'm just showing you how to do it because I can't see it myself without downloading the site, and I don't know if you've still got support for that or not, but this is how I go about doing it, because that's how you can sort of find out what the offending thing in the page is, because there's something in there that's got a width. There's absolutely something in the page that's got a width. You just need to yank out stuff one bit at a time, reload it back up to the server, and then suddenly, poof, whatever's left will pop out to the full width of the screen, and you're going, oh, okay, so whatever I just took out, so then you can just, you know, whatever you do, you just do a Control Z or Control Z, put it back, and then you can go, okay, so what's going on inside here, right? And oftentimes it's something you're loading in. It could be your tweets, right? It could be tables. It could be, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on in your page that could be not mobile friendly. Like I saw tables, I saw cells, I saw the Twitter feed. There's a lot of things combined. You have to just yank them out one at a time until you figure out what it is, right? And then put them back in, put it back up to the server. So basically you're narrowing it down. It's a 10-minute job, at least, to sort of troubleshoot that sort of thing. Um, you know, if you need us to do it, we can get some extra support for you and go through that and help figure it out. But I also want to show you the exact steps that I take so you know for yourself when you run into this, you know, sort of what we do in terms of how to troubleshoot that sort of stuff. Basically, you just yank out one chunk of code at a time until the site springs back to its full width. Then you know what the offending piece is, and then you can examine it to see if there's anything obvious, like a width, an iframe, if it's something imported from another site, like a Twitter feed, then you're going to have problems. And why I say that is because oftentimes when you're importing stuff from other websites like Twitter feeds, you can't see that. You can't change that stuff because it's fixed from the stuff that you're importing from another site. Then you have to wrap it in a style that would be invisible for mobile devices. Okay, and that's where you go. You could actually add a visible. Then you go like a visible large, right? And then visible. Oh, I put that on the outside, right? And then after that you go visible medium. Okay, so for your visible large medium, that's your tablet and your desktop, but then it wouldn't, so this footer section example on a phone wouldn't show up on a phone because it's only going to be visible for a large and visible for a medium. So those are classes that are built into Bootstrap. So when you get to that point of, oh man, this isn't, it's a Twitter feed and it's not going to work, on my mobile because it's not responsive, you're just going to have to hide it on your mobile device. That's probably all you can do, especially when you're importing it, unless you go back to Twitter and actually find a responsive piece of code or API.